Let's talk about, first of all, we're going to talk about these nectarines. These are really good. If you're in Australia, it's called a Chosen nectarine. The brand's called Chosen. I rate them. They're really good right now. Bam. Super, super, super sweet. Anyway, let's talk about women. We're pro-women here. We're pro-men. We're pro-human relationship. The goal of this video is to enhance the understanding of the different genders. Men, women, the masculine, the feminine, etc. The crossovers, the spectrums. A lot of guys, we don't get taught this stuff, man. This is, you got to find it on the adventure of life. Your mum won't tell you. Your dad probably don't even know. Your mum mostly does know, but she doesn't want to tell you because she's like, you got to work it out, bro. You're a man. You got to work this shit out yourself, all right? Women aren't here to help you. They're here to help themselves off you. And that is okay. A lot of guys, they lose the plot around that. They lose the plot. Your mum had you because she wanted to have a baby. She got baby rabies. Now, maybe some of you out there, you got adopted. She's like, well, I've got baby rabies, but I'm going to suppress that and I'm going to adopt or foster parent. And then you're like you got a pretty unique woman there, haven't you, in your life? So again, we're not here to shame anything. We're just here to understand. All right, guys are out there. Man, you can get so frustrated with women because you don't understand them. Women are like pigeons. All right, they're like cats, and that's okay. Okay, that's okay. Why they're like pigeons is they listen to the flock more than like I do a lot of pigeon rescue, I do a little bird rescue, and I'll save a pigeon, all right, from a chick onwards, and the pigeon will imprint with me, and I'll put it out to the flock, and once it's with the flock, when it comes back to me for food or whatever, it's be like, I don't know about you. I'm like, dude, you spent 6 months with me living inside here or in the rehab cage. You're eating off my hand, you're flying my shoulder, and now with the flock, you'd be like, oh, who's this person? And that's okay. You don't take it personally like the pigeon. So the woman's, she's got her friends in her ear, or her mom or her family in her ear saying, he's the this and that. She will believe that. All right? She will believe that. Now, there is the unicorns out there, the 1%ers who are really, independently thinking women who are quite out there, and they do exist for sure. Those women do exist. But in general, the feminine goes with the flock, all right? So a lot of guys can't handle that. So they can be in women initiate most divorces, all right? We're just going to ramble here. We're just going to drop truth bombs as we go. No script, just boom, off the cuff. Real talk. So women initiate most divorces out there in the West, okay? Because they just get bored, all right? And the statistics show a woman would rather, this again, guys can't comprehend this. They can't understand it. But women would rather divorce a guy out of boredom than if he's violent. There you go. A lot of guys just, their head blows off about that. But she's just bored, man. The lack of effort, all right? He's got to be Superman. He's got to be 6 foot, 6 inches, get the 6-figure income, provide everything, be the best dad. Do all these things. And he can still do all these things, like Tom Brady, and be super famous and successful. She's like, you know what? I want to be choked out on the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu mat with that instructor speaking in Portuguese. And that's what Giselle chose. So guys understand that, and they get all, don't get all, understand that, right? Women just change their mind. If there's one thing you can guarantee, and that's okay, the feminine will change its mind, all right? Just the analogy of clothing. Look, go into any woman's wardrobe. There's stuff brand new with tags on it. She'd never worn, she's never gonna wear. Because she liked it in the moment. She was hot and horny for it. But then she changed her mind. She's like, I'll just let it rot literally on the floor, or it gets dirty. I just chuck it as a rag now. I'll just give it away. I'll sell it. It's just, I don't want it anymore. I've changed my feelings towards it. So that's what I tell guys. When you invest in a woman, you got to make sure she's locked in, bro. All right? And even if she's locked in, like Giselle was locked in with Tom Brady, 2 kids, 13 years of marriage, she was locked in. But then the BJJ instructor came into the scene, and she's like, yeah. And she's giving the BJs to the BJJ instructor, getting choked out, probably choking him out, who's your mummy, etc., because she got more money than he has. Who knows what's going on? But she just changed her mind. And this is cool. That's just how it rolls, man. Life goes on, okay? So should Tom Brady have done more homework on Giselle versus go, wow, she's a supermodel. Yeah, cool. Who cares? Really? I mean, if you're into modeling, yeah, it's a big deal. But if you're looking for a wife, why on earth would you put a ring on Leonardo's Alpha Widow. All right? She was with Leo for 5 years, bro. Doing the coke and the excitement and the adventure those party girls are into. You put a ring on it, and you think she's going to be okay with professional athlete life. We go to bed at 9 o'clock. We get up. We have our vegan, fruit bowl and stuff. She's coming up to fucking coke. She's coming home. I'll eat some vegan. Good being skinny. I'll give you. But her ethics and morals aren't going to be the same. All right. So it's just, why would you marry that? Yeah? Unless you're a broke guy, like the BJJ guy. He's got it right. He's dead broke. He has to do martial arts instruction, which is a cool job. But that's how broke he is. He's like, so he wants to get some ka-ching going on. So he's like, damn, Giselle coming in. Tom Brady's chick. Yeah, ka-ching, ka-ching, payday. Because what guy with options would really go for someone's wife with kids? No way, man. In her in 40s, whatever she is. You'd only be doing that for cash. Or you are a super desperate bro and you couldn't get what you really wanted. But some guys, again, they're gold diggers as well. So it's not just women who are gold diggers. Anyone can be a gold digger. So this is the deal. Anyway, so we're not hating here. We're not hating, all right? We're just putting it out there in a way that people don't really talk about, okay? You got to understand it. Like, I like helping birds. I like helping animals. But I'm not going to get a thank you note from a pigeon. The pigeon might look at me and go, you're suspicious now. I'm not going to go, stuff helping birds, good for nothing, ungrateful little feathered things. Or cats. You have a cat in your lap, next minute it just launches, claws everywhere, scurrying around, digging into you, because the postman knocked on the gate or whatever. Do you throw the cat over the fence and say, I'm done with cats? No, it's a cat. It's flighty. It's flaky. It's impulsive and emotional. It's a woman, man. Why the fuck are you putting your life direction in the hands of the feminine, bro? Why are you doing that? Huh? Because you listen to what your mum said to do? Mummy said this, so you're like, yes, mummy. And that's what's going to happen. Where does it start? It starts from saying, yes, mummy. And that's cool when you're a little boy. But when you're a grown man, you're going to say, cool, mum. That's your opinion. I'm doing this. But a lot of guys don't do that. They never grow out of mummy's direction. And mums do this not even knowing what's going on. All right? They just do it because it's their identity. I'm a mum. This is what we do. We argue with our sons and we say this and say that. But my mum doesn't argue with me anymore because she knows I'm just like, whatever. So once you morph into your own man, mum stops hand-pecking you, okay? Once she's like, you're just like, yeah, mum, cool, whatevs, she stops hand-pecking. But if you don't do that, if you don't stop with the mummy, if you don't let mummy know what time it is, and again, it's not about losing your chops with mum and stuff you do as a teenager, what I used to do, as now it's like, cool, yeah, cool, no worries. It's just calm. It's like, yeah, I don't get flustered by mum, okay? So if you still get flustered by mum, you're always going to pick women who are just low fucking quality, all right? Just not low quality, just a quality that I wouldn't recommend wifing up or living with or even associating with a lot, because it's just going to be, the juice ain't going to be worth the squeeze. There's so many awesome women out there, but you can only grab those chicks when you have the skill set to grab them, mold them, guide them, lead them, enjoy them, all right? That's a skill set that you have to earn. A lot of guys go, man, you have hotter than Hollywood chicks consistently for, over almost 2 decades on YouTube. But you look like a homeless crackhead bum. You got a nose strip on. He's got an old crusty Nike singlet from 2015. Ride a 25-year-old bike. Your watch is all right, but that's about it. I got a hat from 2012. Because I understand the game, bros. I understand the game. I've put the time into understanding who I am, doing solo, caffeine-free, stimulant-free rides across Australia, middle of fucking summer, bullshit heat, 45 Celsius, doing 220K in a day, in the middle of the day. Right? People thought I was absolutely crazy. Looking back, it probably was a bit. And then you learn about yourself with no stims, just fully self-motivated. Yeah. So you learn that about yourself, and then you can manage women a lot better, okay? Now, a lot of guys get into sport like that because they want to get away from chicks. I can get that. Because the disappointment of the being with a woman and the disapproval, it's like, oh, I feel like fucking shit. Let me do some sport to be good at that, to feel some self-worth. But the big mistake is putting your self-worth, Not just in women, but just in other people in general. I mean, we all like to be validated. We all want to feel loved and appreciated. Like, yeah, man, fucking you going great. You going great, bro. Well, you going great, girl. We all love that. But what we live for, if we live for the approval, we'll die by the rejection, okay? So if we live for someone's approval, however nice that really, really feels really good. If we live for it, we put a lot of weight and attachment on it, we put our foot on that, and then they take it away. We stumble, we slip, okay? So while it's great to be able to put your foot on something foundational, something stable, I would put that on your own foundation. Maybe put your hands on someone versus your feet. All right? Don't stand on someone's shoulders. Hug them. So then if they go away, you still stand on your feet, okay? Because people change their mind, man, especially women. There's hormonal, there's the PM. A lot of guys don't even know what ovulation is. They don't know what the luteal cycle is or the follicular phase or whatever. They just like, it's just girl stuff. I don't want to know about that. But if you're a guy, you don't understand that, man. Life's going to be freaking hard. Or you got girls who are on the pill and they don't even ovulate. And that's a whole different world, man. Their testosterone levels are tanked. So it's like, it's crazy. And then you got guys who don't understand about body count. Or they think, it doesn't matter her past. I'm a special guy. And it's like, bro, her past, your past, everybody's past matters. Because it's like a insight into what trauma, what good times, what bad times, what beliefs, what sort of people, all these self-beliefs. It's an insight into that. And now with social media and phones, man, you get a phone. If you get to read someone's phone, boom, you have like crazy insights. It's like when you see a tree falling over and it's got the rings in it. You can see how old that tree is, the history of it when it had a drought or a flood or some damage or a bushfire, just by seeing the inside the tree. So if you can see inside her phone or his phone, or follow them on Instagram, or see who they like and what they follow and how they comment and stuff like that, you can get some crazy insights. Now, Tom Brady didn't get the opportunity back in 2005, or when he hooked up with Giselle, because social media was like infancy, and people didn't have a terabyte of videos and texts and dating apps and all that shit on their phones. So if she's been on a dating app, that's a flag. There's so many flags out there. If you're talking wife material, man, and if your chick has red flags, your game better be fucking tight, guys. Otherwise, she's gonna fucking wreck you, bro. All right? Or you're gonna wreck yourself trying to save her shipwreck. You're gonna be Captain Saver 304, and you don't even have a life jacket on. You can't even fucking swim, and you're navigating the sea of femininity, the storms, being Captain Saver 304, and I'm gonna save you, baby. Just wait a second, we'll pull this boat around. Oh, you got the reef. Oh, shit. Come and I'll help you. She's going to put you on the fucking plank, man, with the machete. And she's going to make you walk to the sharks, bro. Because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And she'll be like, give me some of this. This is what I see, guys. And then these guys, those captain bros who save the drowning chick and then get scuttled under the fucking barnacle boat. These are the guys who become these MGTOW, misogynist crew or whatever. Because they didn't have the skill set, and they jump in the ring, they jump on the boat and want to be the captain, even put the pirate patch on, and then they just get boom, just get king hit, okay, and then they become full misogynal, like blah, blah, blah. Same with the guys who do domestic violence, like who pound on their chicks, like not just a little love tap, but like really proper domestic violence. Not self-defense, not like, oh, she hit me, I hit her back. No. Just they instigate violence on their women. Then these guys, man, have a lot of trauma in the past, can't handle rejection from women. And so when they get some of that stuff, they put all their aggression into it. Rather than saying, look, this ain't working for me, I'm out, whatever, well, there's the door, you're welcome to go. They, want to get possessive, violent, stalking, etc. I laugh. I shouldn't laugh, but I'm just thinking, like, if a chick ain't into you, or she's getting with other guys, or talking with other guys, and you still want her in your life, like, no, baby, come back to me, like, what are you doing, bro? That means you don't have options. And women with guys who don't have options, that's like, their contempt is very, very high. The more options you have as a man, the more women respect you. This is fact. And if you don't have options, you better have money, okay? And this is why prostitution exists. Like I can walk down the street and girls be like, crackhead or whatever. And I can say, hey girls, man, I got lucky at the casino. I got some cash. Let's go party. Oh, hey, daddy, hey, come back, daddy. Let's go party. But before they're just like, eh. So because the attraction is just like, I'm not into you. But then if you pull out some money, like, whoa, sorry, I was just a bit of a mood. PMS. Let's go out. You know, so it's then money talks. So that's why when you rely on money to do your game, you're going to attract the gold diggers. You're going to attract the chicks who are just going to use you. And then that cycle repeats itself where she wasn't really that into you. She was into the provision aspect. And all women love provision. If you're a hot stud dude and you can provide, then yeah, you're a fucking 1%er. You know? So it's, but if she was only chasing the coin, then what are you doing, bro? Right? And, but then people start saying, well, he's only chasing her because she's young and hot and horny and natural looking, and she's chasing him because he's got money. So I guess there's a bit of a trade, isn't there? But I'll say the best quality relationships of a man, the best quality relationship as a man, guys, is when the girl has that burning, people call it the GHD, GHD, the genuine burning desire, the GBD, genuine burning desire. She has that genuine burning desire. But how do you know if it's real or not? How do you know if it's real or not, you know? Does she have money? Does she have a lot of boyfriend options? This is where it's crazy, all right? Is it real? How do you tell if GBD is real? All right, you got to shit test her, okay? You got to see how she operates, okay? Is she distant? Is she flaky? Because the more distant and flaky a girl is, then the GBD isn't that really real. Now, she might be a smart chicken that had a love bomb, and maybe she's being a walking girl in Bangkok or whatever, and she knows the deal. She's like, ask you first of all, what hotel are you staying at? Why asking what hotel I stay at? I just make a conversation. She's asking what hotel you stay at, because what hotel you stay at depends on your moolah, doesn't it? So she's giving some groundwork there. So straight away, her attraction to you is more financial versus physical. And physical attraction can change all the time as well, because people can get fat or get unconfident and get insecure, and so that attraction can fade. So whilst physical attraction is very important, that initial chemistry you want to have on top of that, be able to stack it as well. And that mental health is a huge one, huge positive asset. So this week, guys aren't doing the groundwork. Most guys get in a relationship to end a period of sexual starvation. Most women get in a relationship to end a period of loneliness. They've been on the dating apps, they're getting ran through. They're thinking this is cool, this is fun, this is exciting, but now I'm just getting, this is, and even the biggest nympho out there still wants that white knight in shining armor, all right? She still wants that. Whereas guys, a guy who has options, you're like, man, she has to be a pretty special chick. If you want to discount all the other chicks and to have that one girl, she needs to be top tier. So you have 100% of women chasing 1% of guys. Literally 1%. It's not 5%. People say, 80% of women chasing 20% of the guys. No, it's not. It's 100% of women chasing that top 1%, pining over, dreaming over, fawning over that 1% guy. Who is that 1% guy? He is, people say 20%. No, it's 1%, man. Think about it, all right? You got guys out there who have the 6 foot, or at least a lot taller than she is. So maybe she's 4'10", you can be 5'2", cool. But otherwise, and I don't make the rules here. I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm just saying these are social rules, especially in every country in the world. So if you're taller than her, ideally 6 foot, 6 inch long or bigger, depends on the girl, with enough girth. That's really important, man. Girls say size doesn't matter, man. They're just, they're trying. They don't care about your feelings. They're just trying not to look like a 304. And if you're a 304, that's okay. I'm just saying. They're just trying to. Women don't care about your feelings, guys. Okay, they don't care about your feelings. So stop getting offended when you realize she doesn't care about my feelings. You don't care about my feelings. It's like she never fucking did, dude. She cares about her feelings, all right, and how you make her feel and what you can provide, and that's the end of the story. Okay, she might pretend to care, but she doesn't, bro. Look at all the kids around the world, all the orphans out there. There's been 100 million orphans out there. Women don't care about them. I mean, some women might here and there, but in general, they care about. I want my baby. I don't want someone else's baby. You can die in starvation land in Somalia. I don't care. I want my baby. I want my baby. I got baby rabies. I want my baby. I don't care about the kids are dying in the desert. just not enough cornflakes and water. The women don't care about that. I got a baby. I want a baby. I want a baby. The brain goes crazy. So how can you expect a world we live in with over 100 million orphans? And you're crying. She doesn't care about my feelings. What about the babies dying, bro? They're going to get their help before you. You're not going to get their help, all right? So stop it, guys. Stop getting offended or violent or caring when women don't care about your feelings. They never did. They never will. How do you make her feel? What can you provide? That's the facts. That's why the guys go, fuck it, I'm going gay, or ain't happy life, happy wife, happy wife, happy life. It's like, no wife, happy life. I can understand why guys get to that point. Because it's just too much work. I can just pay a chick on a 304 for on the weekend, hook up at the truck stop. I'm done. I'm good. That's all I need. Get back to my cars, trucks, bikes, carbs. I'm good to go. Cool. I get that. But this video is to the guys out there who really want to crack the code on women and have good quality relationships. But just, you got to just detach from that, expecting they care about your feelings, because they just don't, man. And it's just going to cause you so much fucking pain, man. All right? It's going to cause you so much pain. So where are we going out with that anyway? So many tangents. You can talk about this one for hours. All right? But that's really, so you got the orphans, cares about your feelings. So stop getting offended. So it's, so women are chasing that 1% guy. And who is that 1% guy? Again, I said the 6 foot, enough banana girth, the income coming in, the status, the looks, the charisma, the experience, chicks wanting him. Like, hey, what are you doing tonight? She wants all those things. That's the 1% guy. And maybe it's even less than 1% of men out there. And that guy wants a monogamous relationship with one chick. Live with her, provide for her. She doesn't have to work. She doesn't have to do shit other than be pretty, get on her knees, and have a fun life. All right? And be honest with him. That's all he expects. Honesty from her, matching libido, and sunshine in the house. That's all. Those 3 things. That's all he cares about. Primary things. Honest. She honest? Did she lie to me? women can't help themselves to lie. This is feminine, man. All right, so that's another topic, but we'll get there. Honesty, matching libido, bringing sunshine to my world. Okay? That's the 1% guy out there. Maybe it's even less than 1%. I don't know. I don't be too skeptical. Maybe it's even less than 1%. All right? So women are out there on these dating apps trying to find Mr. Like, he hasn't on a dating app, girls. He ain't on dating apps because if guys on dating apps are there to hook up. And girls are like, well, I'm gonna have a bit of fun too. Good for the goose, good for the gander. And then that's when they fuck up. Then they get their body count, like the mileage in the car. And people are like, well, I'll wind back the odometer. I'll edit my past. You can't edit your past because your actions speak so loudly, women. No man, experienced man, can hear a word you're saying. Your actions speak so loudly, girls. No experienced man can hear a word you're saying. Because the actions are just too fucking loud, okay? Too obvious. So the girl might be like, well, I can do this and I can just edit it on the sly. A little tweaky, a little Photoshop in my brain. Photoshop the past, he can't. I mean, to a schoolboy or someone inexperienced, you can. Dude just got no much. Oh, yeah, she's a nice girl now. Yeah, he's just a friend. Oh, that's like a rash on her neck. It's not a hickey. It's a ringworm. She's got a cat. She's rescued a cat. So you can't edit your past. So there's 1% of guys out there. All right, so you remember that. So before and a lot of guys can't be in the 1%. But girls will still pick them up. But then guys will be like, oh, I know that. I'm not her ideal catch, but she's sniffing around. Women are always sniffing around. It's just biology, man. It's how they're hardwired, man. Like a cat is always like hyper anxious. So what's going on out here, I'm just on medication. So you throw all these things. So don't take it personal, man. She always has a backup plan. Women always have a backup plan. All women have a backup plan. If she doesn't have a backup plan, she's going to get one soon. Because as soon as you feel you're slacking, or you're not attentive, or I'm bored, all those things, she's going to just have a backup plan. That's just how they're hardwired. And the backup plan is a sign for you to say, all right, this relationship, the bezel has started ticking over. Hit your bezel, and you got a few months, you got a few years, okay? She's out. She's emotionally signed in. I'm checking out now, okay? And women don't lead like that unless it's some crazy situation of extreme violence. Women always have a plan of escape, and that's okay. That's okay, all right? So he's just a friend is the guy, all right? He's just a friend. That's what that joke, it's true though. It's him, or maybe he's not winning beta. You're like, no, there's no way she's fucking here. He's just not winning beta. Yeah. Yes and no. But he has something she wants, whether it's him personally or he has a social group or a friend. She's got a monkey branch. She's going to get to him, and then she's going to go, all right, now I'm here. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, bang. Clapping's going on. All right, so that's just how it rolls. So whenever you see your girl, hanging with other bros or getting charming or friendly or liking shit consistently, that's the guy. Or that he has a friend that she's into, all right? Now, there are exceptions. This is a general rule, but maybe she's an Olympic athlete. Maybe she's a triathlete. So she's got she goes to the swim squad. Okay, cool. She does the run squad. She wants a rotation of guys just to train with. Okay, we get that, all right? We're talking here the everyday situation here, where there's no real reason that she want to have male friends, okay? Because if you experience, the reality. And people will comment in the comments, no, yeah, whatever. Okay, if that's what you want to roll with, and there's nothing wrong with a girl having male friends. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, if she's just the atypical chick, nothing wrong with that. It just means she's not that into you, bro, anymore. She's checking out. Okay, she's checking out. So why are you going to keep investing in her? Okay, just sit her down and say, look, you got some friends. That's cool. This ain't working no more. Nothing lasts forever. What do we do? And she's like, no, it's just a friend. And she'll deny it, most likely. And then it depends what country you live in. If you live in Australia, she'll get with your mate or his mate, and then she'll try and take half your assets if you've been living together or married or kids or de facto or whatever. Okay? And she had it planned all along, right? Maybe she'll put in some money for some renovations and be like, whenever a woman puts in money for renovations, you just know that there's like an ulterior motive there, all right? Unless she's a unicorn, okay? Unicorns, they might exist. I'm not saying they don't exist. I've never seen one. I've never heard of anyone hearing or seeing one, but maybe unicorns do exist. But when a woman puts in money for renovations on your property, then you know that, yeah, okay, there's a plan coming on here, a little insurance plan. And is it smart? It's fucking sneaky, isn't it? But it just means that's what she sees. She's not taking it seriously. Again, you're just provisionals. You're provisional, bro. And she'll take your assets, if she can, and use that to fund the lifestyle with the broke bro. That's a fact, okay? So once a woman gets money, then her hypergamy shifts from like, well, I've already got cash, now I can date down to like a Giselle situation. Now, Giselle's obviously loaded before she met Tom and made a lot of money in the meantime. So she's got that mummy money, and now she can date down and get for a guy she's going to be, getting some chokeholds with. If you know, you know. So that's the deal. So a lot of guys don't understand the situation here, and they get resentful, they get broken. But please, guys, and girls out there, we can do a video about girls, about guys as well. It's just got to understand, man, do not put your life in the hands of the feminine, all right? Do not do that, all right? That is like literally, and there's nothing wrong with the feminine, all right? But the feminine changes its mind. The feminine is the weather. 1 minute it's sunny and reliable. You're like, oh man, I'm kicking back. I can get some Z's. I'll get some recovery. And next minute, man, upstream, the flash flood's coming. And you're laying in that riverbed, that sandy riverbed. It's nice and warm. And it's just like, that's just fucking comfortable, man. You're sleeping in the sandy riverbed. And that storm, man, she is brewing, bro. And that flash flood, those clouds have cracked. Boom, it's coming down, it's brewing. She's coming for you, bro, that big flash flood. And you're just laying there sleazing, oh, the cloud's coming, that's a bit weird. And you look up, this big mudslide coming at you, bro. Tsunami mudslide, inland Australia. You're just like in this fucking mudslide drowning. Where did this come from? Family court, what the fuck? The fact, caveat, property disorder, like what's going on here? You know what I mean? Didn't see it coming, bro. That's the feminine, all right? So be prepared. Don't sleep in fucking riverbeds, man. Don't get associated with women who have a past, all right? Because just get your life in a dice, roll it, and then, whew, all right? Because that's what's going on there in terms of your quality of life. Obviously, life's not over, but for some guys, they end up in prison because the girl makes a fake claim on him to get assets. I guess you're rolling your dice, man. This is why we're talking, maybe it's less than 1% of these men out there really want a relationship with women because they understand the risks. This top tier guy who has experience with women, the more you understand women, the harder it is to love women for a lot of guys, because like I understand what the game is now, and the more you know, it's like a bit harder can be to enjoy it. It's like pro sport. A lot of people, my grandma's like, oh, I can't watch the Tour de France anymore. It's just drugs. I'll watch this instead. I'm like, well, soccer's full of drugs too. Oh, I can't watch soccer then. I'll watch athletics. Well, that's full of drugs too. Oh, I can't watch any sport now. Just enjoy it for what it is. All right. So just understand what you're getting yourself into, guys. That's the point. Okay. That's the point. But a lot of guys just don't have that experience, man, and they just get blindsided. And some guys, they unalive themselves, man. That happens all the time, all right? A breakup situation, it's more chance the guy, unfortunately, says this is the only option to end the pain is to end everything. Yeah, and that's why, women are just built differently, all right? So don't think she never cared about you or loved you or whatever. She did. But again, you're just like that garment in the wardrobe, bro. It's going to get discarded at some point. And yes, maybe you've got an old-fashioned chick, back in the day, all right? And yeah, there's when she says I do, it actually means something. But today's world, man, is cutthroat. We've got 100 million orphans out there. The world's a different place. Back in the 60s, 70s, 50s, whatever, when people stuck together, there wasn't many orphans out there. It's just different population, I guess. But it's just the more population, the more competition, the more people the grass is greener, okay? And now you have social media, you have filters, like face filters, body apps, you had all this body dysmorphia, this fake natty expectations. Girls see these fake natty guys, and most of these guys are batting for the boys anyway. They don't care about chicks other than just for whatever, a beard or whatever. And this girl's like, why can't you look like this guy? He's natural, he doesn't take steroids. The girls don't even know what's going on. And then the guy's thinking, oh my God, So it's a real shit show out there. And I think if you're a young guy, or even a young woman as well, it's really fucking tough to navigate this relationship scene, man. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy. Because you could be walking down the street with your new girlfriend, and some guy's like, oh, hey, what's up? And she's like, oh, hey. And she sort of looks a bit weird, and you keep walking, like, who's that? Oh, that's just Chad. Oh, how do you know Chad? Oh, I met him on Bumble, met him on a dating app or whatever. And you're like, oh, really? Well, she wouldn't even say that, because she'd be like, oh, I don't know who that is. But that's the reality. It's so easy now for guys to get sex. Girls just give it up for free, basically. If they're into you, they'll just, within an hour, you'll be clapping cheeks. If you know, you know. And that's, dating apps have allowed that, okay? So back in the day, you had to get married to get access to a woman. Now, you just have to have a hot enough photo and a bit of game and be on a dating app to get pussy within the hour. Literally, okay? And she's desiring it. It isn't like a money exchange, like paying thing. She actually wants to pound town. And so if you're a guy who has the options, then why would you want to just have one chick and have all her moods up and down, all the bullshit, all the drama, the financial aspect? Why would you? That's a good question. All right? Maybe you're that unicorn guy who wants to have the one chick and have relationships. Maybe in that 1%. Okay? Again, most guys get in a relationship to end a period of starvation. They're balls. They put their life direction in their balls. That's a bad idea, guys. That's like putting your life direction in your fists. Someone bumps you in the club or bumps you in the street, and you put your life direction in your fist, and you go, boom, boom, left, right, good night. Oh, now we've got a fatality. We've got manslaughter charge. Oh, you got 5 years in prison. Well, you can't go travel because you got a conviction. Because you put your future in your fists, or you put your future in your balls. Because you want to put your future in your head and your heart, okay? That's what you want to do. So it can be tempting. We're designed to fight, okay? We're designed to fuck. So having that consciousness, that self-control, control your fists, control your balls. Don't let them fuck up your life direction, guys, all right? Yeah, we're primitive, we're primal, we're crazy apes, that's what we are. But make sure your life direction's in your head and your heart. They're guiding you, okay? Especially your heart more than all. Because if you're guided by your heart, you're going to have a better quality of life, all right? But you always use your head to cross-reference, because your heart might be, I want to save this 304, it feels like the right thing to do. Let me white knight for you, baby. And your brain's going, dude, body count. What the fuck are you doing? All right? She stacked more bodies than Hitler. What are you doing, bro? Oh. So listen, you want to have cross-referencing, your brain and heart aligned. Logic and emotion as well, okay? Not just logic. We want to have some emotion and heartfeltness in there. So there you go, gang. That is the deal. And get a fucking vasectomy, man. Because a lot of guys going, yeah, great, Harley, this is too late. I've got kids with her now. That's fucking hardcore. But get a vasectomy, guys. Get a vasectomy. Again, you're putting your life direction and your kids' life direction in the hands of the feminine. Mudslide, dry river creek, everything's great. And then your kids are going great, everything's going great. She gets bored. She go fucks the BJJ, bro, giving him BJs in the back of your Commodore wagon there, whatever. And now she wants out. Then it gets messy. And then she puts you against the kids and the kids against you. Oh, your dad's useless. And then the kids don't talk to you. You end up like David Goggins. You end up like David Goggins, man. All right? David Goggins' daughter doesn't like him. But you don't like the daughter. It's all crazy stuff. You know? Nothing you can do. Imagine if David Goggins got a vasectomy. He'd probably be running ultra marathons every day. He'd probably be like laughing and smiling. And I wouldn't have a book, You Can't Hurt Me. It'd be a book of like, enjoy your life, baby. You know, whatever. You know, David Goggins probably be a comedian. If David Goggins had a vasectomy, he'd probably be a motherfucking comedian right now. Versus like, you can't hurt me. Fuck you, doing it. My lawyer's got to get you. Literally, David Goggins had a vasectomy. He's probably a comedian right now. That's what a lot of guys, they have babies, man. They get someone pregnant. You know, it's like crazy, man. And most guys don't really want to be dads. Like, oh, the girl, wife wanted another kid. She wanted a baby. She got the baby rabies. Yeah, I was doing a nice thing. And these guys, these are the guys who most likely get blindsided. And these are the guys like, oh my God, I did everything right. This is what my dad did. All right? My dad, met my mom. He's like, wow, she's really pretty. He's just sinking with his dick. And my mum was like, well, I want to get out of home. I don't like my home life. He's good looking. Chemistry's going on. She was like very pure. So it was a genuine sort of setup and plus the extras. They had a great life together. And then mum's like, I want to have kids. And dad's like, okay, we'll get some kids on there. But my dad wanted to be a dad. Okay. And then the relationship fell apart after about 10 years. And then just was fucking chaos. You know, family court, all that shit. And, you know, then my dad's life afterwards is just like, felt like a loser. Felt like a fucking loser. Because he had a great life, had a great setup with mum, had kids, didn't want, and then it's like, fuck, what have I done? I feel like a dickhead. You know? So, if you don't want to have kids, guys, like, you don't understand how hard it is, man. You don't understand how women are going to change after kids. 99% of the time. Unicorns do exist. I've just never met them. You know? So guys are out there just getting blindsided, just thinking with their balls, man. And here's the thing, in France, paternity tests are banned. Banned! Paternity tests are banned. Most guys don't even know what paternity test means. Do you know how many guys I've met? Now, I talk to so many people these decades, because of social media, clout, etc. I get people inboxing all the time with their problems, situations, solutions, etc. And I don't get back to most people. That's why I've got my coaching group, doing.com, so I can get back to people. But I read everything. Well, sometimes I get to read everything, but I read a lot of stories. I'm thinking, damn. And I love it now that I can read something. It doesn't say I read it. Because I don't like to read shit and leave people unread. I hate doing that. I don't do that. So I get to read people's stories. And I'm thinking, shit, that's deep, man. Like, fucking hell, that's fucked up. You know, but I don't reply to them because, you know, they're not in my coaching group, time-wise, etc. And then I feel like a dickhead that I replied to you. You poured your heart out to me. I replied once and then that was it. Like, I feel like, you know. Join the coaching group. I'll reply forever. So yeah, I'll get all these stories as well. Right? So I get my experience, which is, good. But I get my experience stacked, like a steroid cycle, like Tren, Deca, Test, D-Bol, GH, Winstrol, Anavar, peptides, which I don't recommend. All these things, plus high carb. I get all this experience because I get to hear other people's stories. Men and women. Parents. Children. Lawyers, crackheads, prison inmates, police superintendents, and families of. It's nuts, the stories I get to see. And then I get to relay it to audience who actually want to listen. I feel very blessed. So this is a deal, gang. So I'm going to tell you out there, guys, the best thing you can do for your freedom, for your peace, for the society, for the animal, for the, you know, everything, plant, animal, fucking earth, the environment, get a vasectomy, man. One, we don't need more babies. Let's help the kids over here. Call me crazy. My philosophy is help the kids here today. Call me crazy. And those kids can be teenagers. Those kids can be 20-year-olds. Let's help the youth out there today. Let's help people out there today. I'm going to call me crazy. Call me schizophrenic. Call me bipolar. I believe. No, I don't think. I believe with conviction. We've got too many fucked up people out there who need help before we create more people. Just throw them to the pile. That's just fucking insanity. The human race isn't going extinct. I mean, if the human race did go extinct, would it be good for the planet, the environment? Unfortunately, yes. That's how bad guests we are. If we wiped ourselves out, the planet would be better off. Think about that. A lot of people aren't even aware of that. Or we're the most important thing on the planet. No, we think we are. We're literally, us humans, we're the worst thing on the fucking planet. Literally. We're the biggest fuck up, man. We're the biggest fuck up and we think we're cool. So get a vasectomy. Don't put your life direction in the hands of the feminine, because you'll end up, like one of those incel bros or doing crazy stuff and just get into sport, get into good things, getting to understand relationships, understand the environment, get into that stuff, and develop yourself by doing sport and ideally drug free, so you really get to tilt that emotional, mental muscle. And there's something magical about running or riding as fast as you can with no painkillers, no stimulants, just full natty bra, feeling the pain, feeling the burn, and just dealing with that psychologically. You'll have a lot better experience in relationships. But once you start to numb it with some paracetamol, which is a crazy, crazy powerful PED. I'd say paracetamol is like, probably one of the biggest PEDs out there, because it's just, you're blocking your pain, so you just push to the next level. Instead of blocking it with pain killers or using stimulants to get going, using your brain to process things better, you have a lot more emotional muscle, a lot more emotional regulation to deal with life challenges. And women are great to have in your life. I always enjoy having women in my life. I need that. I really enjoy that. So oxygen for me, the feminine essence. But I've learned how to manage it, and I'm always learning as well. And now with social media, there's new challenges that come up. So I'm like, wow, this wasn't here a few years ago, and now we've got this situation. This is interesting. So I get to be a bit of a pioneer there. If you know, you know. And so I'm always having challenges, and life is challenging. The biggest challenge in life, or the biggest problem in life, is thinking you shouldn't have any problems or challenges. That's probably the biggest challenge and the biggest problem. Thinking you shouldn't have any problems or challenges in life. That's life. When you have no problems or challenges in life, or no stress, it means you're gone, you're dead, you're finished, finito, done. Okay? So we want to minimize the stress, but have some problem, have some challenges to overcome. A problem is just a situation waiting for a solution. And your solution might be to bounce the wife and kids. Okay? But before it gets to that point, prevention is better than treating the symptom, isn't it? All right? Prevention, man. All right? Prevention is better than treating. Something like that. Treat the cause versus the symptom. Get your vasectomy. Lock in your freedom, guys. All right? Because if you got kids of a woman, man, that is a whole different ball game. Because what are you going to do with the kids now? All right? Now there's, the mums think, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like a David Goggins, man. And we use David Goggins, not because we've got anything against David Goggins. We just use him because he's a very public celebrity. And he talks about this stuff, which is great now. He never used to, but finally we got him talking about it. I think David Goggins should talk more about this. Dave, I know you watch my stuff. You should definitely talk more about what you recommend with women and men and your experiences. I think you're going to help a lot of men out there by sharing your experiences, being fully transparent with it, man. Okay? Because I think the universe has given you this situation and this platform to share it, man. Okay? I know you got a lot of anger in there, and you put it out in the bike and the run. I get it, and that's cool. Better than hitting the bar, hitting the booze. But I would say start talking more about this stuff on your socials, man, because you've got a lot of good things to share. That's the wrap up. We could rant rave for this one. Guys, really got to understand, so get that vasectomy locked in. Take this fucking seriously. And when you want to wife a chick or move in with a chick or have a girl as a girlfriend, to have the least problems. You're always going to have problems with women, all right? If it's got a motor or it wears a skirt, it's going to have fucking problems. And that's okay, all right? If it's got gears, if it's got air in the tires, it's got a skirt, it's going to have problems, man. This is okay. We're not looking for no problems. We're looking for problems that can be managed, okay? And just because you fix one flat tire, just because you roll with one mood, doesn't mean it's over now, guys. All right? You get flats, you get smooths. It's the weather. It's rainy. It's sunny. It's hot. It's cold. It's wet. It's dry. It's just how it rolls. Okay? Get all that. So before you commit to a chick, man, or even get involved with a woman, understand what you're getting yourself into. What's her background? Who was the last guys, all right? And if you don't know, don't go there. Like, seriously, because she could be looking to make some fake claims. Just stop putting your life direction, your freedom in your balls, man, all right? Knock one out, knock 5 out before you go out, okay? Knock them out before you go out. You have a lot, you get a lot less dramas, man. Don't drink alcohol. Be sober, okay? And just rub them out, bro. So you don't, watch the movie Something About Mary, okay? Have a good laugh. If you know, you know. And just understand what you're getting yourself into, okay? Body count fucking matters. Yeah, people edit their past, so it's hard to know who's who, but their actions will speak a lot. But then you'll have girls out there who look the part, look innocent stuff, no tattoos, no piercings. You're like, wow, she's like a girl I could bring home to mum. And she's hiding a lot. And if you know, you know. So it's good to have guys like me maybe in your corner. Join my coaching group if I want to sell you something. Join that, and I can scan chicks pretty fucking good, man. If they got a public Instagram account, then they're easily. But if a girl's Instagram is private, that's a lot tougher. But if she's public, then we can judge it better. And same with guys as well. If you're a girl into a guy, you want me to screen him, we can do that as well. That's a service we provide for many, many people over the years. Because who you involve yourself with really it does affect your future. It does affect your present moment. You're getting involved with someone who's going to bring excess drama, man. All right, you just don't want. Maybe you're not ready for. You just don't want. All right? I can handle a lot of drama. I just don't fucking want it at this point in my life. All right, peace is more important to me than pussy at this point in my life. Of all the great experience I've had with women, fantastic. But peace now is more important than it was back in the past, where I didn't have much pussy. I had a lot of peace, and I'm like, oh, peace is cool, but I want this. So I would sacrifice a bit of peace for pussy. And now at this point in my life, I'm like, yeah, I've got a lot of memories or experiences or options or whatever, but peace is important to me, man. So yeah, that's just the deal. And the better you can pound them, the more drama they're probably going to give you. Okay. That's just a given, all right? That's the feminine. So understand that. A lot of guys are like, oh, but a chick, she was fine with me. It's like, yeah, you weren't making her scream, bro. Okay, so her emotions weren't, all right? So then when she felt some rejection from you, she wasn't going as crazy. So that's another thing guys don't understand. A lot of the time a girl freaks out, she's being disrespectful of her because you haven't really brought the pound town in, all right? How she really wants it from you or from the last guy, okay? Can you deliver that, though? That's another thing as well. Can you give her that sexual satisfaction she's used to from the last guy she met on Hinge, Tinder, Bumble? He was tying her up, back of the car, over the bonnet, dragging her into the closet, pushing her in the bushes face first, pillow on her. And she liked it, okay? But can you do that to her? Or maybe you're the first guy who's done that to her, but then you've pulled back for some reason. You're tired from work, or you're just like, oh man, or she said something, you're like, oh, what do you say that for now? I'm just like limp. And she's like, oh, I'm not feeling your connection. This is fucked. And then she's starting to drama to try and spark up that tension again. And she's forgetting that some guys don't respond that well to that. Women prefer the drama. We prefer the peace. But she's doing that anyway because that's how she feels. And all that matters in her world is how she feels. And that's okay. So all these nuances out there that you don't know until you're in it. And then sometimes you're in it and you just forget because maybe you're undercarbed or didn't get enough sleep or you're coming down from caffeine or whatever, Or you're dealing with shit at work or you had some road rage on the way home because you're driving a car versus riding a bike or vice versa or whatever, And you just you forget your shit and because you're fucking human, okay? So it's really, real-time talk here. Real-time talk. But at the end of the day, don't take it personal, guys. Be on your mission. Like they say, never put your woman as your priority. Because if you do, she's going to flake at some point. Most likely going to flake, all right? If there's one thing you can rely on, she's going to change her mind, all right? So when you put her as your priority, then that shows to her that you don't really have much purpose in life other than her. And she'll use you. She'll definitely squeeze the juice she can from you. And then she'll be like, now I'm bored. Okay, so she wants to feel like she's a priority, not the priority. Okay, because once she feels like she's your everything, this Disney shit ain't real, guys. She doesn't want to be that. Semi-Disney, semi-you-porn. If you know, you know. So that's just the deal. If you put her as your priority, you're gonna have a lot of resentment for her as well, because she will flake at some point. All right, she'll do something that makes you go, fuck. So, but the harder you put her up on that pedestal, the harder you fall, because you're being unrealistic with the feminine. You're treating the feminine like it's diamond, like it's handling pressure. The feminine is not a diamond. The diamond is masculine. The diamond is forged by extreme pressure. Women don't get better with extreme pressure. They crack, they crumble, they cry, they scream, they run, they destroy shit, okay? Go to, what's it called? Whatever it's called, that website. You know, World Star, okay? World Star. The masculine, though, can only get better with extreme pressure, all right? Men get better with more extreme pressure, okay? Some men, though, stay in their feminine and it cracks them. They do stupid shit. They end up in prison or whatever because they just can't handle the pressure. Now, what happens, though, is a lot of guys jump into that pressure cooker. They don't want the pressure, but their balls put in, or their fists put in that pressure, okay? They got someone pregnant. The balls are talking in their life direction. Or their fists, they end up in prison and now they've lost their freedom. And they think, fuck, this is fucked. I'm going crazy in here. Because they let the fists or the balls determine their life direction. So yeah, there's always... Anyway, we're ranting and raving here. That's the deal, gang. All right? Don't take it personal because she's a woman. Okay? Don't take it personal, man. A pigeon's a pigeon. The cat's the cat. All right? And women, they're feminine. It's because this goes for feminine men as well. All right? Just because you're a man doesn't mean you're masculine. I mean, you might have maybe a higher testosterone estrogen ratio than born female does. But you can be a super feminine guy. And I think as kids, we're very feminine, aren't we? As boys, not men, but boys. And the difference between a boy and a man is that pressure, that responsibility, the androgenic changes in the face from pressure, okay? You send a boy to war, he doesn't come back a boy anymore. His face changes. He sees crazy shit, all right? And some of it's very, very bad. And some get PTSD and end up on the alcohol and stuff and stay feminine, just numbing it. And some of them become masculine and go, fuck, this is crazy. Well, we're living, fucking having kids in this place, like, it ain't getting better, you know? So the pressure makes us more masculine, and the feminine doesn't do well with pressure, okay? So that's another thing, guys. We put excess pressure on women to be a certain way, and that's okay for safety and stuff, but remember, man, if you try to be Captain Saber 304, you're trying to save people who don't want to be saved. Literally, people out there who don't want to be saved, man. Go to Kensington in Philadelphia, etc. Kensington Ave, etc. Just go out to those places, man. People don't want to be saved, right? They just don't. But you can spend your whole life, man. You can dedicate your whole bank balance, your whole life to saving some 304 who's just running, through just, and you're just going to end up misogynistic, hating stuff because you chose. It's like a car. You can buy a car with so many problems, man. I'm going to do it up. I'm going to save it. And a fucking car is not easy to do up because you can weld the chassis back up. The car doesn't have a fucking computer. Or sometimes they do, but you can change the computer. You can rip the computer out, put a new one in. You can't do that with a person, man. You can't pull a brain out and chuck a new brain in there. All those memories, all those traumas, man. And some of us can just like snap out of it and go, fuck, yeah, that's the past, let's rock and roll. But most can't, man. Most can't, And once we can, don't want to. It's just a personal choice. So what are you going to do? Oh, I hope and see the future. If that's what you want to do with your life, then yeah, that's very nice of you. But you're doing that because you feel you can't handle a high quality experience. You can't maintain that. So you're going to pick someone who's broken to try and fix up the project because what you really want doesn't want you. So you go for something that's broken or desperate or on the rebounds or pumped and dumped or whatever, or wanting your cash or, so it's like, see, I'm not here to judge people's choices. I'm here to just give you the fucking direction, give you some options here. You do what you want to do. It's your life. It's your choice. Because a lot of people look at my life and go, my life sucks. People think. Some people are like, oh, your life's the best ever. I might look at someone's life and go, your life sucks, or no, it's great. So you choose your own life, what you want to do. Choose what you want to do in life, because life is very short. Today could be your last day, or life can be very, very long, and you might live another 20 years, some of you 5 years, some of you might live another 70 years or 80 years maybe even. No one knows that one, man. No one knows that. Doesn't matter how smart you are, how much money you got. No one knows when the last minute is the last minute, okay? Some people get a cancer diagnosis, doctor says 3 months to live, and they're here fucking 30 years later. You know what I mean? Look at Tony Robbins and shit. And some people get a diagnosis, you got 6 months to live and they die tomorrow. Or they just walk out the street, boom, get hit by a car. And they're in the lights of their car, boom, truck falls on them. Yeah, the last thing they had was a fight with their partner. Fighting over your woman. Fighting your woman for being feminine. It never stops with women, guys, all right? You don't just... Yeah, again, you're a captain of your ship, okay? But don't be Captain Saber 304. Be Captain, let's fucking go, all right? You want to be on the boat? This is the rules. You don't... There's your life jacket. Bounce, baby, okay? And just be like that. And the girls who really want it, they will, man, when a girl really wants it, she will bend over backwards, guys. Pun intended. And she will bring some drama to you. But the more she's into you, the less drama she will bring. But then, as I say, to really do the mind fuck, the more she's into you, the more she wants to destroy you as well. It's on the other flip side. If you know, you know. The more you make her scream with ecstasy, the more she'll do for you. But also, the more she'll fucking try to destroy your life if she feels rejected by you. If you know, you know. Okay? So, yeah, the more... This is what guys do their head in. It's like, what? But she doesn't know what the fuck she wants, man. All right? She wants a short skirt. No, now she wants a maxi. Like, it flips and flops, man. She wants stilettos. Now she wants just a cute little heel. A little kitten heel. It changes, man. Okay? Relax. Relax. Live your life. Enjoy your chosen nectarines. And we'll see you next video. Don't take it personal, guys. Understand the game. Don't hate the player.